Am I wrong for telling my grandma I'd rather die than be around either of my families again? So I'm maybe an offer how I, 19 male, spoke to my grandma about this, and I want you all to be truthful with me. Starting with the BG. My bio mom and bio dad were married to other people, had kids and everything else, and then they cheated on their spouses with each other, and I was the end result. Their marriages broke down and they moved in together, and the three of us lived like that until I was 2-ish. Then their spouses were willing to take them back so the other kids could have their family back together. I was still a problem though, and the families were already very mixed. My dad had 2 stepkids, 3 kids with his wife and his wife's niece. My mom had a bio stepkid, an adopted by her husband's stepkid, and 2 kids with her husband, and they sometimes had his sister's 4 kids stay with them for extended periods, as well as my mom's bio nephew who they were raising since almost birth. All of those kids knew what had happened, and when my mom and dad went back to their spouses, I was hated universally. The steps hated me just a little more than my halves, but my halves still hated and rejected me too. All of them did. Even the kids who were nieces and nephews. None of them wanted anything to do with me and resented being near me. There were always fights about who had to sit next to me at dinner, or in the car and stuff like that. None of them would take photos that I might be in, and some wider family did try to include me but backed off when they realized pushing for it or advocating for me meant losing everyone else. I didn't get treated the same by anyone, including my bio parents. And my step-parents would get angry anytime I tried to ask them something or talk to them. My stepmom was worse than my stepdad in how she'd talk to me and how far she'd go. She wished me dead more times than I can count on both hands. If her and my dad ever fought, it got worse, and then the other kids at their house would be super angry at me for making their mom/aunt more stressed. I was physically abused at times as well. It was never something I could see coming either. Sometimes someone was just in a pissy mood and seeing me made it worse. I was told that by lots of people. That just seeing or hearing me made them angry. My mom's parents used to sneak some supportive words my way when nobody was around. But they never tried to get me out of that situation either. They did babysit whenever both of my families went on vacations. Nobody on dad's side would do it, so mom's parents were treated like the trash can I could be left in until they came back. By the time I was 15, I made a point of getting the best grades I could and finding out if I could escape via college. I was lucky to get a ton of help from a great guidance counselor who helped me get into college where I didn't need any of my bio or step parents to help, and it won't leave me with mountains of debt either. I do have to work my ass off to keep my grades super high to stay, but it's worth the trade-off. When I moved out for college 2 years ago, I was homeless until I got to my dorm, and for holidays I went home with new friends, including last summer when I went home with my best friend. I did the same this year. And I'm working this summer and staying with my best friend's family. My grandma called me a few weeks ago and asked me if I'd come and visit and spend some time with my families. Grandpa died 2.5 years ago, so it's just her now. I told her I wouldn't be welcome, so no. But she asked me again last week, and I asked her what she was thinking of asking me that, and she said we can never reconcile if I don't try. She said I can't hold on to grudges because that's how my childhood repeats. I told her I'd rather be dead than be around either of my families again. She had a reaction I can't really describe, but it was like upset and angry at the same time. She also said it wasn't how I should talk to the one family member left who is nice to me. I feel like nice isn't enough, and she didn't care enough to save me. But she is older, a widow, and she did reach out, which is more than anyone else would do. So AITA?